Hello everyone, welcome to this presentation. Today's question is about binomial expansion and surds. So the question reads, use binomial expansion to simplify. So we have these binomial expressions. So because they are raised to the power of 4, let's first of all determine the binomial coefficients. Now the binomial coefficients are 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. So we are going to use these coefficients to expand. So we are going to expand the parts in terms and then subtract later. So let's begin with this first bracket. So we have to list first the coefficient 1 and then we follow by the terms. We have root 2 and root 3. Let's have them in brackets. Root 2, root 3. And then let's consider the second term with the second coefficient, that is 4. And then let's just repeat this, root 2, root 3. We'll add the powers later. Okay, plus 6. Again, root 2, root 3. Plus 4, root 2, root 3. Plus 1, root 2, root 3. So because it is to power 4, for the first term here, we'll have to raise it to 4, and then the power will decrease all through across up to the end. So here we have 3, 2, 1, and 0. And then for this second term, that is root 3, the power increases from 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So before we simplify this further, let's consider the second part. For the second part, again, let's just have it in brackets. So we'll have to repeat these, but now instead of just root 3, it is negative root 3. So we have 1, root 2, negative root 3, plus the next term is 4, 4, root 2, negative root 3, plus 6, root 2, negative root 3, plus 4, root 2, negative root 3, and finally plus 1, root 2, negative root 3. Again, for the first term, we begin with the power of 4 and it decreases to 1, 0. And here is 0, 1, 2, 3, and finally 4. At this point, we can now begin simplifying. So for the first bracket, we'll have this. We have root 2 raised to 4. So this is just like having root 2 squared times root 2 squared. So that is root 2 squared is 2, root 2 squared 2, so 2 times 2 is 4. So for this first part, we have 1 times 4, and then we have root 3 raised to 0, a number raised to 0 is 1, so we have 1 times 4 times 1, which should just give us, so that is equal to, so for the first part, we have 4. For the next part, we have plus, so here we have root 2 cubed. Root 2 cubed is equivalent to saying root 2 squared times root 2. So root 2 squared is 2, so that we have 2 root 2. And then 2 root 2 multiplied by 4, that gives us 8. So we multiply by 4. And then we'll have to multiply by root 3. That is 8 root 6. Root 2 times root 3 is root 6. So here we are going to have 8 root 6 plus, so for this second part, root 2 squared is 2, root 3 squared is 3, 3 times 2, 6, 6 times 6, that should give us 36. And then for this part here, we have plus, this is root 2, and root 3 cubed, again we are going to say root 3 cubed is equal to root 3 squared times root 3, and this is equivalent to 3 root 3. So for this part you have 3 root 3, 3 root 3 times root 2, that is 3 root 6. So 3 root 6 times 4, that is 12 root 6. So here we have 12 root 6 plus, finally here we have root 2 raised to 0, a number raised to 0 is 1. So that is just like saying 1 times, and then root 3 raised to 4. This is just like 1 times that is just root 3. Root 3 power 4 is root 3 squared times root 3 squared. So here we have 3 times 3. So this is 9. So 9 times 1 is 9. So for this term here we have 9. And then we'll have to subtract the second bracket. Now in the second bracket, we are not going to struggle so much because we have the same terms, root 2 and root 3. The only difference will be this. At the point where the power of negative root 3 is odd, the result should be negative. Remember, if you are given a number, let's say 2, and then you raise it to an even power, or I mean a negative number, sorry, let's say negative 2, and then you raise it to an even power, say 2 or 4, 6, and so on, then the result should always be positive. And if we have a negative number, say negative 2, and then you raise it to an odd power, say 3, then the result will always be negative. So here, in the second bracket, we have negative root 3 raised to some powers. So some of the powers are even and some are odd. So we just identify such spots. So let's begin with the first one. The result should be 4. But now here, negative root 3 is raised to 0. So a number raised to 0 is 1. So the first term here just remains the same. So that is 4. And then for this second part, the power of root 3, negative root 3 is 1. So that makes here negative. 1 is odd. So that makes it negative. So we have negative. And then we still have this. When we work out this part, we get 8 root 6. And then the next one, this is even. So we expect plus. So we have plus 36. And then the next one is odd, so we expect negative, so negative, and then the next time is 12 root 6. And finally, the next one is even, so we expect positive, and the result there should be 9. So let's open the brackets. When we open the brackets, we'll have 4 plus 8 root 6 plus 36 plus 12 root 6 plus 9, and then here we have minus 4 plus, so negative multiplies this, plus 8 root 6 plus 36, not plus here, this is minus 36, and then plus 12 root 6 minus 9. And then we can now collect the like terms. So here we have, we have 4 that will disappear. So let's just take it out. You also have here 9 and negative 9, this and this will also go. How about for 36? 36, negative 36, these will also go. 8 root 6, 8 root 6, both are positive, so we add so that we get 16 root 6. We also have 12 root 6 plus 12 root 6, that is 24 root 6. 16 root 6 plus 24 root 6, that should be 40 root 6. And finally, we have simplified the expression just as had been required. With this, we mark the end of the solution to this problem. I want to thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.